how to work out your biocide ratios and coverage using the pressure washing calculator and save time every time. Okay, so now we're in the calculator and you'll see soft wash and biocide calculator. This is where we're going to work out how to make our solutions. But first off, we're going to check the settings. So we're going to hit the top right gear icon. This is going to open up the settings. So each manufacturer of biocide will have a different ratio that the material needs to be mixed at. So for example, they might recommend that heavily soiled surfaces that have got lots of algae might need a ratio that is stronger. So a stronger ratio would be 20:1. Then they might recommend for, let's say, a different surface like wooden decking, they might recommend a lower ratio such as 40:1. So the big difference here is maybe the material types and also the level of soiling. So heavily soiled surfaces typically require a stronger dilution, which means something like 20:1, stronger. And then either a more delicate surface or surfaces that are lightly soiled would require a higher dilution ratio of say 40:1. Now, the second part of this calculator, you can see there's two buttons. The button at the bottom is to work out the coverage per 1 litre of mixed up solution. So here for block paving, we've got a dilution ratio of 20:1 and 1 litre of mixed up biocide at 20:1 will cover roughly 4 square metres. So now we've got these settings saved, we're going to hit back and we're going to work out our biocide mixing. So we can work out like how to actually make the desired mix. So I'm going to show you how to work out how many litres you need shortly in a second. So let's say we need 25 litres of biocide mixed up. We're going to hit calculate. Well, let's say we need a little bit more. Let's say we need 50. Boom. It's going to tell you you're going to need 47.5 litres of water and then 2.5 litres of biocide, and that will give you 50 litres of product at 20:1. So now let's go to a different surface type like wooden decking. If we still need the same amount of water, the only thing that's changed is the material type. So for example, wooden decking, we might need less of a dilution. So we hit calculate and it's going to show you to make 50 litres of product, you are going to need 48, let's call it 48 litres, and you're only going to need 1.25 litres of biocide to make 50 litres of mixed up product. Now let me show you how to work out how many litres you need for each different surface. So here are the steps. The first step is on your biocide, the one that you're using, it's going to tell you the dilution ratios that they recommend for their product. You'll get those dilutions and then you'll add them to the calculator. So you'll check the label on the back of the biocide and it'll also tell you the coverage per litre of mixed up product. If you can't find this, you'll have to visit their website and they'll have all this information on there. So the manufacturers will share the dilution ratios of their product. This is typically how it looks. It will show heavily soiled surfaces, typically like roofs and block paving, will use say 20:1, and lightly soiled surfaces will typically use 40:1 for like wood or general maintenance just to keep an area clean. But you'll need to check these ratios from the actual manufacturer that you're using because every manufacturer has a different dilution ratio for their product. Now, the second step is to calculate the coverage per litre. So that's calculated. Well, the first thing you're going to need to know is how large is the area that you are going to clean. And then to work out how much litres of product we need, we will get the cleaning area divided by the coverage per litre. So for example, if we have an area that we need to clean that's 100 square metres, and the coverage of a biocide is 4 metres squared per litre, that gives us a figure of 25. So it tells us 25 litres of mixed up biocide at the ratio that they recommend will cover 100 square metres. So it's the size of the area that you need to clean divided by the square metres coverage per litre of mixed up biocide. So you would need 25 litres of biocide product. So these are the steps that I recommend. The first thing is you want to identify the manufacturer of the biocide that you are using. Each manufacturer will give you the coverage per litre of product, and if you buy the biocide from a exterior cleaning supplies business, they'll often show you the coverage per metre squared of every litre of product, and they'll even tell you the dilution ratios for the different surfaces. So you always need to check each different manufacturer. Each manufacturer is different, the dilution ratios are different, and what they recommend is different. So what I'd recommend is to just stick with one manufacturer, fill all the details into the biocide calculator. This way you don't have to keep checking all the labels all the time, as long as you stick with one manufacturer. That's how you work out the biocide coverage. You're going to have measure the size of the area, divide that by the coverage per litre, and then you're going to go into the biocide calculator and work out the rest. Hope you found that useful. Peace.